In this video, I am going to explain neat synopsis on the topic errors and measurement. For more updates, you please subscribe my channel. Hello to everyone. In this class, I am going to explain how to solve the neat numericals on the topic errors. While determining the any physical quantity of any device by using any one of the instrument. Suppose, let me take one example. You are going to find the length of a device by using the Vernier calipers. While finding that one, you may get the different number of readings, and those readings will not be similar in some cases. Such case, the readings are considered as the A1, A2, A3. That is, I have taken up to n number of readings. Means that while finding the any physical quantity of any device, that is, we are going to get the different number of readings. The first reading is A1, second reading is A2, third reading is A3, nth number of reading is AN. Now, what is the error occurred in that physical quantity? That may be due to the personal error, that may be due to the instrumental error. Due to any one of the reason, we may get the error. How to determine that error? To determine the error in that physical quantity, we have to follow some formula. The first one is true value. What is meant by true value? True value is nothing but a mean value only. How to find out the mean value? Mean is nothing but average only. Average of the all the measured values we have to take. True value is nothing but average value only. That is nothing but a mean value only. How to find out that average value? If you have taken the n number of readings, the first reading is A1, second one is A2, third one is A3, nth one is AN. Now we have to measure the average. How to find the average? Add all the readings. Later, divide with the number. How many readings you have taken? How many readings you have taken here? N. So that we have to divide with the n. Suppose if you have taken only 3 readings, with what value we have to divide? That is nothing but 3. If you have taken the 5 values, with what value we have to divide? That is nothing but 5 only. Means that here n is indicating the number of the reading. How many readings we have taken? N number of readings. Means that mean value can be calculated by using the formula A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus up to AN divided by n. N indicates the number of readings. After calculating the true value, we have to go for the absolute error. Absolute error is indicated by the delta A, that is magnitude of delta A. Absolute error is indicated by magnitude of delta A. What is meant by absolute error? Absolute error is nothing but magnitude of these two parallel lines indicates that is nothing but a magnitude of what and what? It is the difference between true value and the measured value. Already we know that what is meant by true value. Magnitude of the difference between true value and the measured value is nothing but an absolute error. Absolute error can be calculated by using magnitude of the true value minus measured value. Already we can calculate the true value by using the above formula. Then here absolute error always it will be positive only. Sometimes we may get that one as a positive, sometimes we may get that one as a negative. Whatever it may be the result, whether it may be positive or negative, but always we should take the magnitude only. Means that if a negative value is there, minus 0.03 is there, our answer must be 0.03. We should not consider the sign of that one. You should remember one point here. While finding the absolute error, we should not consider the sign of that one. We should take a magnitude only. We should take only value of that one only. Absolute error is always positive only. Next one. That is, here if you have taken the n number of readings, there will be n number of absolute errors. How to find out that absolute error? That is already have given the formula here. First absolute error. First absolute error can be calculated by using AM indicates that is nothing but a true value only, or else I will say that one as the mean value. Magnitude of the mean value minus A1. A1 is what? First measured value. First reading or first measured value means that first absolute error is equals to mean value minus first measured value or first reading. Next, second absolute error is equals to magnitude of the mean value, or else that is nothing but you take that one as a true value, minus second measured value, that is nothing but A2. Next, similarly, delta A3, magnitude of delta A3 is equals to magnitude of A mean minus A3. While finding the delta A3, we have to take the A3. While finding the delta A2, we have to take the A2. Next, while finding the magnitude of nth number of the absolute error, what is the formula for that one? Magnitude of mean value minus n measured value. N measured value is indicated by what? An. Next, after finding the n number of absolute errors, we have to go for the third point. There is nothing but mean absolute error. Already we know that one, absolute error. Next, what have to go for? Mean absolute error. Already I said that one. Mean is nothing but average. How to find out average? Here it is the mean absolute error, means that we have to find the average of the absolute error, means that we have to add all the absolute errors, divide with the n number of readings we have added, n number of absolute errors we have added, that is delta A mean is equals to magnitude of delta A1, that is nothing but first absolute error, second absolute error, plus third absolute error, plus up to what? Nth number of the absolute error. Divide by what? Divide by n. N indicating the we have taken the n number of readings. After completion of the mean absolute error, next we have to find out the relative error. Relative error is nothing but it is the ratio of what and what? Mean absolute error and the mean value. If you find out the ratio of mean absolute error and the mean value or its true value, you will get the relative error. Finally, we have to calculate the percentage error. Percentage error can be calculated by using this formula. That is nothing but it is a relative error only, but which is expressed in terms of the percentage. The relative error multiplied with 100 and expressed in terms of percentage is nothing but percentage error. That can be calculated by using the formula mean absolute error divided by mean value or true value into 100, and that will be expressed in terms of the percentage. Then we can say that one as the percentage error. First, what we have to find? True value, that is nothing but a mean value. Next, what we have to find? Absolute error. Absolute or error, always it will be positive only. Even though if the error is negative, but we should take the magnitude of that one only. We should avoid the negative side. Later, find out the n number of absolute errors if there are n. If there are only 3 are there, go for the 3. If there are 4 are there, go for the 4. Next, go for the mean absolute error. After finding all the absolute error, find out the average of all those. That is nothing but a mean absolute error. Later, relative error. Take the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value. Then you will get the relative error. Next one, percentage error. The relative error only, which is multiplied with 100 and expressed in terms of the percentage, is nothing but percentage error. Now, after completion of this one, next we will go for the another topic. Now, the combination of errors. Combination of errors means, we know the definition of velocity. Velocity is nothing but the rate of change of displacement. The formula is given by velocity is equals to displacement by time. While measuring the displacement, we have certain error. While measuring the time also, we have certain error. Means that here, there are two different physical quantities, displacement and time. In the displacement also certain error is there. In the time also certain error is there. these two quantities are having the certain error. Due to these two errors, we will get the error in the velocity. Velocity is the combination of two physical quantities. Those two physical quantities are having the certain amount of the error. Due to that error, there will be presence of error in the velocity. Now, how to determine the error in the velocity? Velocity is nothing but combination of the two different physical quantities. Means that error in the velocity is nothing but a combination of the error in the two different physical quantities. This is the example. Now we are going to understand how to solve the numericals based on the combination of the errors. The first one is error due to addition or subtraction of two different physical quantities. Let me take one example. There are two different physical quantities. One is A and another one is B. Are the two different physical quantities with absolute errors delta A and delta B. A is having absolute error of delta A. B is having absolute error of delta B. Now, when the two quantities are added, we will get the another quantity. We'll get the another quantity, that is nothing but x. Then due to A, certain error is there. Due to B also certain error is there. Due to these two errors, we will get the certain error in the x. That can be calculated. The error in the x is given by delta x. The maximum possible absolute error in the x is delta x. Delta x is nothing but delta A plus delta B. Sum of the absolute errors in A and B. That is absolute error A plus absolute error B. Similarly, if two quantities are subtracted, x is equals to A minus B, again, then the maximum absolute error in x is given by delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B only. Whether you may add the two physical quantities or else you may subtract the two different physical quantities, but always you will get the same formula, that is nothing but delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B. Here also delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B. Means that you may add the two different physical quantities or else you may subtract the two different two quantities. Always you will get the same formula only, that is absolute error in x is given by delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B. Whether it may be subtraction, whether it may be addition, we have to use the same formula. But what is the final value after adding the absolute error to the original value of the x? We will come to another one. Now the final value of the x after adding the error is, yes, we can calculate the delta x, absolute error in the x, by using this formula. Now when you add this value, what will be the final value? X plus or minus delta x, error may be positive, that will be positive, or else that will be negative. Means that once we have to add and once we have to subtract, then we will get the variation of the value. That is x plus or minus delta x is equals to A plus B. Two quantities are added, and plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. Similarly, in the second case, x is equals to A minus B. X plus or minus delta x is equals to A minus B plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. You should remember the one difference. When you are going to find the absolute error in the x, that is nothing but a delta x. Delta x in the two cases is the same only. Whether you may add or you may subtract, delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B only. But you should remember the final value. If the two quantities are added, x plus or minus delta x is equals to A plus B, that is plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. If two quantities are subtracted, x plus or minus delta x is equals to A minus B. Here A plus B, but here A minus B. Why? Because it is subtraction, but it is addition. So what about these two? Yes, there will be no variation. Why? Because always due to different physical quantities, if you have the certain error due to these two, then error will be increased only but will not be decreased. Next, this is about the error due to addition or subtraction. Next, error due to multiplication or division of physical quantities. Now, x is equals to a into b or x is equals to a by b. Means that here, for the addition or subtraction, we got the same absolute error. Here also the same things. You may go for the multiplication or you may go for the division. Again, we will get the same relative error in the two cases. The maximum relative error in the two cases, that may be multiplication or that may be division. You will get the maximum possible result relative error in x is given by delta x by x is equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. This is the maximum possible relative error in the x. X is equals to a into b or x is equals to a by b. That is given by delta x by x is equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. This is the maximum possible relative error in the multiplication or division. You have to use this formula. For addition, subtraction, this one. Later for multiplication or division, we have to use this formula. And the last one is that is nothing but error due to error due to a power. Here I have explained addition, subtraction, later multiplication, division, and one more thing is there, that is the error due to power of a physical quantity. Now, we have taken x is equals to a power m. Now, a is a physical quantity which has certain error. N is the power, that is nothing but a numerical value only. Due to this one, is there error which occurs in the x? Yes, which occurs, that can be calculated. The maximum relative error. Relative error is equals to delta x by x. Delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. The maximum possible relative error in the power of a physical quantity is given by delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. And you should remember that one. Whether the power may be negative or positive, always here we should take the positive value only. We should neglect the minus sign. Even though if this minus sign is there, you should not consider that one. We should consider the positive value only. With this one, synopsis of the errors and the combination of errors is over. Next, we'll move to solve numericals, which are from the year 2019 to last one.